What's good, y'all? I'm about to analyze a video with you guys. The reason why I want to analyze this video is because I talk about a lot of stuff, but this was actually a video I came across where I was like, boom, this is a perfect example of the stuff I be talking about. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, reposting links, and sharing videos with your community so that we can grow our community together. This video is going to be a little bit longer than 3 minutes, but I think it's worth it. I think all my videos are worth it, but I'm biased. The reason why I'm using this video, I'm blurring the faces because the faces aren't relevant. The context of the video is relevant. There's a tag on the bottom that says when parents disagree. I just want to analyze this video, like I said, because this is a very good live representation that we all can learn from. Like I said, when you watch a video, watch it from two separate perspectives. Watch it from the perspective of what's in front of you, like boom, in your face, but also watch it from a perspective of what can I learn from this. The purpose and the reason why we're all here is to learn. Our souls came to this lifetime to learn. So if you go through anything in life and you are not deriving meaning from it, you are wasting your time and you are prolonging your misunderstanding because your point is to understand. So if you go through life deriving meaning, you're not only accelerating your ascension, but you're also fueling your manifestations. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Dad, Mari said, can I go to the park?
Nope, because yesterday I told you had to be home at 7 and you didn't come in the house at 7.
First off, young man comes and he asks his dad for permission. Mom interjects. Right off top, when you speak for your spouse, you are emasculating them. Not only are you emasculating them, you are teaching your children. When your child comes to your spouse as a person of authority and you immediately strip their authority away, you're teaching your children to also undermine your spouse's authority. And when the mother does this to the father in front of the son, what are you really teaching him? We're teaching our sons that it's okay to be disrespected right in our faces. And it's a joke, right? Haha. And by no means am I telling anyone how to run their household. You do you. But what I'm saying is if you want to stop emasculating your man, stop emasculating your man.
I did come in the house on time.
Boy, you really want to play with me? You know you wasn't home at 7 o'clock. It was on the security system. You was home at 7:35.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with holding your child accountable. The issue that I see with this is this mother is teaching this child how to argue, not how to have a conversation. Look at mom's body language. Look at how she's speaking to him. This young man came and asked his father, could he go outside to play? And the mother immediately entered into a confrontational situation with him. This energy is exactly why men say to women all the time, I'm not trying to argue. And women are like, I'm not arguing. We default to this energy. We start emasculating our men as little boys. We say we're not angry black women, but we come off angry 99% of the time. And then back to communication. Mom has entered into a space of verbal sparring. She is not going to allow her son to communicate. And that's how he learns how to communicate. So we must allow our children to talk back and respond in a way where they have a teacher. They can talk back to their peers, but their peers aren't the teachers you want your kids to have. The teacher that you want your kid to have is you. So when they're talking to you and you guys are having a discussion, have a discussion, not a dictatorship. Men do not feel heard because their guardians did not allow them the space to be heard as children. Men do not know how to have conversations because as children, the adults in their lives never sat down and conversed with them.
Dad, you really ain't gonna say nothing?
Look, I done told your mama about being so strict on you. If it was up to me, I'd let you come in at 8 o'clock, bro. You know that, but
Really?
yes, really. I mean, 7:35 been told you don't have this problem already, baby. You tripping, 7:35.
What I see problematic about this clip is, one, when the son says, Dad, you're not going to say anything, he's playing the mother against the father, which should be a no-no. The father doesn't only disagree with the mother, he undermines her. And we're so used to talking bad about each other to each other and in front of each other that I think the mom is just mad that he's disagreeing with her, not the fact that he just totally threw her under the bus.
So, Mom, Dad, can I go or y'all still arguing?
Our children are our mirrors. If we want to know who we are as people, all we have to do is look at our children, and that's a reflection of who we are. For this young man to say, are you guys going to continue to argue, means that they have a history of arguing. Otherwise, he wouldn't even recognize what was happening in front of him. But because he recognizes, he's like, are y'all going to keep this up? There should not be constant conflict in your home. If there is, there's work that needs to be done.
No. You really want to do this?
How sad is it that the societal joke is that a woman is so dominating that the man is shrinking back in fear of her? Not fear of her physically, but fear of her verbally, fear of her emotionally. Because a woman who is not moving in her feminine energy can utilize all of her tools as weapons. And that is what most of us as women do. And we need to pay attention to that, because that is a clear emasculation of her man. Her son came and asked to go outside to play. Her response was completely confrontational and void of feminine energy. Not to mention, she was ready to fight simply because he disagreed.
Do what, man? Let the boy go to the park, man. Let him live his life. He a boy.
Throughout this entire video, it's just different perspectives, different ways to potentially do things. But something that I definitely 100% disagree with is him saying, man, he's a boy. We have a man problem today because we did not address our boys yesterday. This boys will be boys mentality is the reason why our men can't have conversations. It's the reason why our men think all they're good for is money and sex. It's the reason why our boys feel like their voices don't matter. We invest so much time and energy into our girls, but we don't put anything into our boys. We just send them out, let them play, and come back at the end of the day. We invest so much energy in the development of our girls and leave our boys to run wild. Then we wonder why our well-mannered, highly ethical women have no highly ethical, well-mannered men to date. Boys will be boys.
Thought you the man of the house.
Why is pointing out the fact that dad has absolutely zero authority laughable? It's actually very sad. And again, even the child knows that the man has zero authority in his house. Now, ladies, this is a conversation that I want to have with you, because this is the reason why we can't keep a man. We can't keep a man because we are men with vaginas. We can't keep a man because what man wants to feel like he doesn't matter? His voice doesn't matter. And when he does use his voice, it starts an argument. And again, this is me. This is me. This is the work I am presently doing. How to move into my feminine energy, how to let my husband know that his voice does matter, how to create a space where my husband feels comfortable expressing himself, because in the past, he's felt he can't even speak without me cutting him off, without me saying, no, that's wrong, and here's 10 reasons why you're wrong and 20 reasons why I'm right. So he's used to that. And now when I'm sitting back and I'm saying, why are you so dismissive? Why do you shut down? Why don't you express yourself? Why don't you join in the conversations and let us know your thoughts and ideas? Because for the past 6 years, I have treated him in a manner that let him know that his thoughts and ideas don't matter. Whether I did it on purpose, I'm trained, but it's time to retrain myself. Ladies, it's time to retrain yourself. It is time to retrain yourself to, one, stop emasculating your men. If you want to be with a very proud black man, you need to make sure that you find a very proud black man that you can allow to lead your household, who you can sit back and be the woman. You know what I'm saying? And being the woman ain't the pretty lipstick and the beat face and the hair. If you are acting aggressively and you are not moving in love and light in your feminine energy, you are not displaying feminine characteristics, and that gets old. This man, though a skit, literally got kicked out for disagreeing with the mom, and the son once again called it out. So let's call it out and let's fix these things, because it's not right. Your man is allowed to have an opinion. Yes, especially if you want to keep him. He needs to be heard. Yes, especially if you want him to be in a happy space. You don't want him to tolerate you. You don't want him to be like, that's just so-and-so. You don't want him to recess and now you feel like you're carrying the entire house on your back because he don't say or do nothing. Why? Because every time he says or does something, you cut him off and tell him to be quiet. Either actually tell him to be quiet or indirectly tell him to be quiet. And even the kids know that you do it. So watch this video. If you see yourself, stop it. If you choose, it's your life. You do what you want.